For the past few months, some of the biggest headline stories in New York City have been about the seemingly endless problems of the New York City Housing Authority. The most recent, the breakdown of NYCHA boilers, which resulted in thousands of NYCHA tenants facing days without heat or hot water during this winter's record-breaking cold temperatures. A positive and rare note of optimism regarding the city's housing authority involved a deal between the city and the Durst Organization, a real estate company, which, among other things, would have upgraded the boilers of NYCHA's Astoria houses in Queens by next winter, something that would have affected over 3,000 tenants. However, after having first approved a $43 million bond financing deal for the Durst Organization, which would have made the boiler improvements possible, the city rescinded the deal. And if things stand as they are, the Astoria residents will not get functioning boilers by next winter, and the entire proposed Durst development surrounding the Astoria houses, including 163 affordable housing units, will be put on hold. Why did this happen, and what happens next? Joining me now to answer these and other related questions is Sally Goldenberg, senior writer of Politico, who has been covering the story. Sally, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So Sally, first of all, let's get basic. What exactly did the de Blasio administration decide not to do after having agreed to do it?
They decided not to authorize bond financing for this affordable housing project that would have been built on the grounds of Astoria houses. So, you know, the New York City Housing Authority leases or in the past sold some of its vacant land to developers to make money for its needs because it has dramatic budget deficits. And so there was a deal dating back to the Bloomberg administration with Durst to sell some land so they could build an affordable housing project that's part of a much bigger project called Hallett's Point. Yeah. They pay NYCHA some money. They get to build. NYCHA gets the money. And in order to build that one particular building, they needed bond finance, or they wanted and cut a deal with the city to get bond financing, which the city has to authorize. They signaled they were going to authorize it and then pulled it.
Yeah, and that was $43 million bonding. And that doesn't mean that the city would have paid Durst $43 million.
No, they just authorized it's like federally taxed exempt bond financing, and the city gets a finite amount of it to sort of allocate to different projects. So it doesn't cost the city anything.
Except the tax revenue, because it would be tax exempt.
Well, and theoretically, it's money that could, bond financing that could go to another project.
Yeah. So the administration, what is the argument that it gives for having rescinded this deal?
Well, initially they said they've given a few different explanations. The initial one was that they were worried that the White House would just cancel this bond financing program altogether because the White House has been, sort of aggressively going after low-income and public housing. Right. So they wanted to approve kind of a cushion in case the deal fell through, and then they had to cut. Then, and so that was an initial explanation. And then they sort of moved to criticizing the way this was financed in the first place, because Hallett's Point, the bigger project that Durst is building, of which this building would be a part, is mostly market rate and high end. So they're saying, well, they can cover the cost of the affordable housing with the market rate. Mm-hmm. And then they said Durst is sort of double dipping because they're also getting tax breaks like 421A, and they're getting low-income tax credits and double, triple dipping,
Which is par for the course for developers to get.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah, oh, for sure.
So how do they respond to the fact that by rescinding this deal, over 3,000 people at Astoria houses will not get functioning boilers by this winter?
Well, so they're saying that any improvements Durst would have done to the boiler, Durst wasn't going to replace the boilers, but make them more efficient, lower emissions, replace the burners, the legs they stand on, and then also just do grounds upkeep unrelated to the boilers, just sort of do maintenance of the whole Astoria houses property. And the city's saying anything Durst would have done to the boilers would have only been for the benefit of Durst's new development. Mm-hmm. Durst and the city council disagree with that assertion and say, no, it would have, you still need to replace the Astoria houses boilers, but this would have helped.
Yeah, and the city council actually issued a report. Yeah. Richie Torres and the important investigation committee, he's the chair of it, issued a report called Left Out in the Cold. And he says, no, you're going to have to answer to over 3,000 people who would have had functioning heaters that they won't have now.
Yes.
Guaranteed functioning heaters. How do they respond to that?
The administration?
Yeah.
Well, they say that they allocated money, $20 million, to Astoria houses, and that'll take 4 to 6 years to fully, 4 to 6 heating seasons, they call it, to fully be implemented. And they're just saying, no, we're going to fix the boilers. Durst wouldn't have actually fixed the boilers. They would have just
So that's their
sort of
answer
done a
to
selfish
the city
act.
council report.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's really going on here? What's going on underneath? Some people, you've written about this, some argue that the reason that the administration did this to the Durst organization is because of a feud that started back in September between the Durst organization and the administration. What was that feud?
Well, if you recall, Mayor de Blasio was under investigation for allegedly doing favors for campaign donors. And then everyone was cleared in his administration. Nobody was charged with anything. But during that investigation, he said, no, we don't do favors for donors. We treat everyone the same. And he promised to release a list of people who didn't get anything in return for a donation. Durst had been a big fundraiser for de Blasio. And so the mayor wrote, his essay or his Medium blog post and used Durst without naming him as an example of someone who, hey, he fundraised for me, but he didn't get a contract he wanted to run
he
the
basically
East River
described
Ferry.
him in detail without mentioning
It was
him.
very clear who it was because Durst had hoped to get the contract for the East River Ferry and didn't get it. And so he was one of two examples the mayor gave of someone who didn't get what they wanted. And I think Durst was sort of angry at the assertion that he was doing a pay-to-play thing and hates that he didn't get the contract, so didn't want that highlighted. So that was one. And then Durst made it very difficult for this Diller Island pier on Pier 55, Hudson River Park.
Barry Diller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the billionaire married to Diane von Furstenberg. He wanted to build this big grand pier at Hudson River Park, and Durst and he have some beef. Or Durst and the Hudson River Park Trust have some beef, and Durst, sued to sort of block the whole thing. It's now going forward.
Yeah.
But the de Blasio administration and the Cuomo administration were both very upset about that.
Okay. Well, we'll follow this story, Sally. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.